We live.
Butterflies born by thy wish, guided by lantern's light.
Okay, the first band for the side of INK.
Light me up and watch the world burn!
What's up, guys? Good evening. It's your boy Sosa. Here again for another action-packed match. Let's see how this is going to be.
Only love and night are everlasting.
Are they going to buy? Gatot is open. Fovius is open. What do you guys think about Mia? Mia has been a menace lately. I can't lie, guys. She's a pain in the ass. For real.
My mission is to protect lives.
They banned Hylos. They still have 2 more bans now. Please don't forget to like.
I am not the only one bound by these chains.
Let's see what their first pick will be. Gatot is open, sure. They go for Gatot or maybe Mia. Something else entirely. Let's see, sure. Zanagi are always full of surprises.
Time and tide wait for no man, nor girl.
And they went for the Beatrix first. Let's see, will the cartel, the drug lords, opt for
Always on the way.
They went for Matilda. I think yes,
Alpha is online.
This match might already have been decided because Alpha is a bastard. Because this Matilda will just give him stupid ass mobility. He's going to just be all over the place. A nice response. See, well, let's see how it's going to be. Will this guy pick this carry? I'll be in numbers.
Muscle of iron.
They went for the
Bones of
Gatot.
steel.
Smart. Gatot and Tig.
Hope will find a way,
This is
even when all is
a very
forlorn.
good comp shot. They complement each other. It will be like chain CC. Farmers. For me, the best way to play here,
is to trick
in my
the
opinion,
Reaper.
I think it should be.
This land is our homeland, and it will
They
soon
ban
be your
Lapu
burial
Lapu
ground.
Lapu
Even the
is a very
strongest
stupid
of turds
hero right
failed
now,
to claim
guys.
me.
I won't even lie.
To me, fun is all that matters.
They banned 1-1. Crazy. There is
10
love.
years of imprisonment.
Stars guide me to him.
This one does see trial card lobby now. Well, let's see how it's going to be. Is he going to go for the Nolan? His skin looks nice, guy. His skin looks very nice. He almost looks like Nathan facially.
Gaze upon the edge of the void.
I think, in my opinion, Izanagi has the better draft. I won't even lie. He has the better draft.
Pain is the proof that I'm still alive.
Brody versus Beatrix. Well, we will be in for a wild ride. Let's see how this is going to go. Good luck to both sides. Yeah, I just believe in NCT Killer. He will get the job done. Oh my sprints. Why didn't he use sprint now? Sprint boy. Please, if you're just joining the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. It will go a long way. Now let's dive headfirst into the game. Let's see how this is going to be.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Alpha is very fast in playing the jungle. Even faster than Nolan. Let's see if there's going to be a little fight. And the side of Izanagi are just going to back away because the damage of that Alpha is disgusting. Are we going to see a first blood here?
First blood!
Nice work from the side of the drug lords. These guys, they are very organized in their ganking. NCT Killer is wise. He's very wise, but let's see. Tank is here to support him, but would that be enough? I guess so. You can see the damage on that Alpha guy. You can't even do anything to defend yourself. And Nolan is just going to miss and die. Wow. This is just going to be an uncontested success. The mad snowball from the side of Castel guy. why I just taking all my buttons right now. I think the plan of invading. These guys can be fair and fair, but I didn't get it. Look at the mobility I talked about earlier. NCZ killer, my boy. Let's see what's happening in mid lane. Let me not get carried away. Guys, what the fuck is that damage? Whoa. I felt bad for Tigreal, guy. He didn't even get a chance to do anything. They were just innocently clearing it for his. Wow. Look at the damage from the Vexana, guys. God. Well, this is a killer. I guess it was just skill issue or something. This alpha just will give me orgasm. Let's see, we're going to. Oh no. Just underfound guy. They're not even giving him a chance to do anything useful in this game. 0-5 is crazy. Guys, oh, nice speed. Guy, I was waiting for bro to do something since, and Olan is going to fall. That is going to be a 2-for-1 trade right there. Bro, skill issue, don't prove me wrong. Yeah, this Brody just has big balls. Let's see if he's going to save her there. Let's see if he's going to start the touch. This was one-sided before that T ult. I don't know who took some sense into the nigga. Is this going to be another uncontested 30? I guess so. But it's another draft is good late game. Early game, these guys just have all the dominant and that's going to be a beautiful set from Teresa.
Double kill.
Wow. This busting damage, guys. Their coordination is something else, guys. Let's see what's happening top lane. Bro doesn't have his odds. These guys are too coordinated for my liking. Yeah, what is
Killing spree.
guy? Nolan is just happy to be here. Testing out a new skin, guys. That's crazy. I wonder why he didn't take something and actually take another uncontested 30, guys. Why has the carpet not done anything, guys? Carpet is still at 0-0-0. Okay now, Mr. Zero. Nolan also decides to be useful for once since the game started. Nice pick, but where's the follow-up? See Nolan, guy, this guy is just happy to be here. Well, nice pick. Although he didn't just dive here, another uncontested total for those. If Ronaldo have any surprises in store for us, let's see. Killer legends. Killer legends. My boy. I'm not surprised, I trained him well.
Killing spree.
I spoke to him. Just imagine if I when you have low to defense. I go. It's impressive instead of all this unnecessary stuff. This big self. I don't know whether doesn't like setting up unless nobody is there. Huh? The game to drop. Very nice. Nice defense, bro. I don't like that. 56 for the double hard ball. This match is very winnable at this late stage. Look at the item count. The full difference isn't even that much. Just oh my god, I'm making mistakes. Yeah, it should be easy to lose that ball. I don't think stable at this point now. We already lose the game. They have the better color. Their XP and chance are just shy. Oh, nice engage. This is what I'm talking about. On HP, there is no shy. Guy, look at Nolan, we're just happy to be here testing a new skin. Disrespect is crazy. Conquest. Conquest the Conqueror. My boy. You can't do this alone. That's game one.
Victory!
wish, guided by Lantern's light.
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the shadows that plague this world.
Only love and night are everlasting.
My mission is to protect lives.
Okay, I think we're back. I think we're back. You should probably ban Alpha just to be safe. Yeah, just all here banning the wrong things, bro. Sad.
Time and tide wait for no man, nor girl.
You guys are just out here banning the wrong things.
I am not the only one bound by these chains.
Oh, and they give them Fulvius. My boy, NCZ Killer. Big balls. Big balls.
As fleeting as a snowflake's breath,
online.
as timeless as a glacier's heart.
I simply went for the Aurora again.
Always on the way!
Hope will find a way, even when all is forlorn.
They went for the Melissa again. I said, Matilda, bro. Being so old in this game, I've started mixing up the names of heroes, guy.
There's nowhere for the evil to hide.
Mm. If they want to be smart, they should just ban Alice. Alice Jungle, guy. That shit is depressing to play against when you have a Matilda or
Pain
Angela.
is the proof that I'm still alive.
A man, Brody, bro. The hacker is just scary guy, but nonetheless, every hero is his comfort pick.
It's my way or the highway.
A band X, Let's see how this is going to be. Are we going to see Mia in this match?
To me, fun is all that matters.
1-1. Crazy. They are trying to ban the hacker. 3 maximum bans. That's crazy.
Sand rises when I give the word.
Ban Khalid. I don't think Khalid is good anymore, bro. Hilda counters him hard, guy. Hilda is his medicine. They want to play versus this for reals. I think they should pick the Gatots or Lapu-Lapu is open. Skill issues. He knows what his problem is. That's why he even put it as the name.
I've been waiting for too long.
Still waters run deep.
Carry. Wishy. God. Carry pick here. I don't think Carry is good here, Seth. Who is she going to? I go.
It is in despair that I see the fondest hopes.
Mighty oaks from little acorns grow.
Yeah, this Beric pick is good here. This pick is good. You should just avoid sprints. Vexana. Should avoid Vexana and it's going to be okay. Okay, let's dive right into this game 2. Izanagi, or I guess we have to wait and find out. Ah, this alpha skin guy. This alpha skin looks like what they call them, Pegasus. I've forgotten. I think it's a Chinese anime or something.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Well, this Yuki guy, the first
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
just
Smash them! All troops deployed!
This guy is just here to test skins, guy. Just very happy and excited to be here. And Link played it faster. I guess his damage difference from the team. Let's see what's happening in this lane, guys. Look my sprint. Guy, I don't spray this thing. My button doesn't want to press. Okay, we're back. Oh, nice Melissa. Matilda. I keep forgetting.
First blood.
This guy's like invading. Sorry guys, couldn't see that. Very nice alpha. That's the only good thing he has done since game 1. Crazy. My boy. Nice killer. I taught him well. What do you expect? Nice Rafaela. See what's happening bot lane. Derek is getting cooked. This guy doesn't want to commit. Damn. Could have picked the hero with some mobility. He would have survived that though. Classic baiting. Woto. That's what you call that. Link. This guy is a fraud. I saw that. And is he requesting for pause? Let's see if he does that again. Eric. Eric is an animal.
Killing spree.
Game mastery. guy might get cooked by Killer Shah. Let's see. Again commits. It seems like they swapped. This fraud just came here to test skins.
Mega kill!
That was off cam. My bad. Just wanted to look at that fraud. Till I can beat this guy one-on-one. Let me see his items. How do they check builds against it? Ling is going to die. There was no need to stay in the forest, bro. We already got the first kill. Why so greedy? This guy is the wrong shot. This is very big. Yeah, secret weapon.
Double kill!
Need for speed.
Killing spree! Mega kill!
Damn. Crazy. Was going to split. Let's see what's happening top lane. Looks guys are just playing safe, preparing for that turtle. Very good.
Double kill! Triple kill!
This is just so one-sided. And look at the time this road is coming to off.
Killing spree!
Such fraudulent activities will get you sent to the FCC. Wow. You're just so ahead, guy. difference is like 10k gold wage, guy. It will take a miracle inside of Zanagi to win this match. Sprint positions well, very well. Damn. Come on, CP those worlds. And there we have it.
Victory!
Some crazy as disrespect. Skill issue. Well, I didn't expect much from the guy. You can see his name. Good night. It's your boy Sosa, and hope you have a lovely evening.
Fighting for no one would ever know your name. Who were you waiting for? No one would be there to save you. You would be alone when hope was gathering together with the sun. Even though your back's to the wall. One strike, go cut the monkey mind. You'll
Unseen by mortal eyes, people prayed to the Immortal One to safeguard the sanctity of peace.
The ceremony's starting! It's Suyo! It's Suyo!
shakes this world. Unseen by mortal eyes. People prayed to the Immortal One to safeguard the sanctity of peace.
The ceremony's starting! It's Suyo! It's Suyo!
I bear this mask, for this duty is mine alone.
What is this? Is the ceremony over?
Mommy, I'm scared.
What is that?
Let's get out of here!
Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here!
In their hearts, fear festers into darkness. But deep within, there is hope to crush that fear. Through this mask, I see no fear.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Pixels here, and welcome to match number 2 of Game 2. We do appreciate you guys as usual. We appreciate you guys for joining us, on time and always supporting us through, this series. And this is going to be another of those matches that is almost like a decider of, who is going to come out on top in the league. It is going to be two heavyweights teams in Shinigami and Oasis fighting for that top spot. I think I saw, let me just go back here and look for the standing. I think right now basically this is we're at the point in the tournament where you just can't afford to drop games anymore. You basically losing here is you giving away your position in that top, because right now I think there are like 3 teams on top, almost at a tie. But we'll just have to see what happens when the leaderboard is out. But definitely every team knows. I feel like the top 5 teams are so close to each other that everyone just needs to be on their A game. Every point is very, very important. We saw the first game between Izanagi Alpha and El Cartel. El Cartel, we already know right now with the new signings and all, they have been in really, really good, good form, and taking another 2-0, under their belt in the game against Izanagi Alpha. So that was basically a really, really beautiful game from them, putting an end to the Alpha course. They find a way to make it work, and just as I say that, I'm saying that the Soyu somehow manages to sneak out of the ban section. But definitely I feel like this, I really feel Oasis knew that Soyu was there, and if it was left open, it means that they expected to see a Soyu pick, and of course Levi is going to jump at that Soyu pick. The response from Oasis is going to be the Hayabusa picked up by Mikey JG. Mikey Jungle. I'm guessing the JG stands for Jungle. A very, very prolific jungler in itself. But Mikey's going to pick up that Hayabusa, and then immediately the answer from Yami is going to be, or rather the next pick, hold on, it's going to be okay. Anti-Pipe doesn't seem to be starting for Oasis right now, so I guess it's going to be Yami in the mid lane or somebody else. But Aurora is going to be picked up there, and the next to pick for Shinigami is going to be the Fovios and the Matilda. I think just as scary as having the Alpha and the Matilda, but since the Soyu, quote unquote, maybe I feel like the Soyu still deals a disgusting amount of damage even in that early game, and then we're going to see the CC locked in. These are picks that I have not seen in a while, that Hayabusa and the CC pick there from Eric D. Vincent. I feel like this is maybe the second game that I've seen Eric Vincent play in. A very, very exceptional EXP laner too, and we'll just have to see how he does against Sunfire. Another thing to note is that it's not going to be Sky Guy in the EXP lane for Shinigami for this match. It's going to be Sunfire. Doesn't do too bad himself, honestly. Super Panda locking in the Matilda. And now that's going to be the first set of picks and bans for both teams as we head into the second rotation for the picks, for the bans. And Shinigami are going to think about this one well and immediately taking out that Clint. I feel like the Clint is not a bad ban, honestly, right now. After the buff that was given to him, with the skills being smoother and just easier to cast, it became a problem to handle. Shujin and the Lunox going to be banned out by Oasis. All these bans so far just look really, really, strategic. It seems like it's something that they have, thought about and decided, okay, this is probably what's going to give us an easier time in the game, and we're going to see those. And of course, that Brody is going to be taken out. I think we all know how scary the Brody by Yami has been So yeah, it's just going to be banned out immediately. Brody and Clean. That's going to be 2 gold lane bans for Shinigami. And yeah, that's Beatrix is going to be open. I think Shane is probably one of the scariest Beatrix players I've seen. Ooh, and they might just combo that in with the Vexana, and if they do, that is going to be a serious amount of AoE that they have to work with. Well, yeah, we'll just have to see what they are going to lock in that gold lane and the mid. I guess they're still contemplating it, but personally I won't mind having the Beatrix and the Vexana in this comp. They just have, yeah, so it's going to be 1-1. The 1-1 picked up there, and then the Vexana and the signature Grok pick by Rockstar Alfie. This is how you know that Oasis are not here to joke. They're going to lock in, that Grok. And when there is Alfie on that Grok, you need to be on your toes. So yeah, that's going to be the last pick for them, and we'll be heading straight into the loading screen to see, just see them flex their skins and see what spells they are going to be rocking with in this game. Alright, and that is going to be game 1 of this best of 2 series here. Shinigami versus Oasis. Basically, they are fighting for that position in that top spot. So definitely this is going to be a match where they are going to give their all. No more experimenting, no more playing around here. This is the match that decides who will be at that top spot. Unfortunately, we are going to see 1-1 there. Having a bit of time loading up, but yeah, the pause is going to be granted. Should be a 2-minute pause as we wait for the 1-1 to come back into the game. Alright, so we're going to head back into the game here. I guess, yeah, the pause is good, and we can see, I guess, the 1-1 is moving again. And yeah, the last thing we would want to see from these games is, an AFK or a player not allowed to play because of network and stuff like that. But yeah, 1-1 is back. I guess everything is back on the way. The blue buff already taken by Soyu, by Levi under Soyu, and you can see him here immediately trying to see if he could get that creep. And yeah, the proactive plays here from the side of Shinigami as they try to get that, but I think Mikey was able to secure that is it the B2 or something in that top lane, almost level 4. I'm guessing Soyu is going to get level 4 after taking this lizard. Nobody actually, they are not, both teams are just going to ignore the lethal. I'm guessing Mikey is going to take the lethal here as he rotates towards this part of the map. But yeah, so yeah, 15 seconds to the turtle spawns here. Lizard going to be picked up by Mikey, as you know, both teams are going to immediately now start rotating towards that turtle side. Yeah, of course, they are just going to try and see if they could get the blue buff. Mikey is going to start as well. I think after this blue buff, he should be at that level 5, just a bit ahead of Levi, as he does try to see if he can start his blue buff. Beautiful reset here by Panda, as he's going to be able to reset that turtle. But yeah, I feel like this fight here, this engage between these two teams in this particular spot could potentially, you know, affect how this game goes. Alfie goes into that mid lane to get his level 4. Actually does a beautiful wild charge. It did seem to be a bit too early and it doesn't connect onto a wall, but yeah, that's going to be the first turtle secured by Kami. Levi on stubborn force. I think Alfie is going to drop here, and that's going to be the first blood picked up by Sunfire there. And you know, although even though it was good that Alfie, you know, did end up getting the level 4 on time on that Grok, unfortunately the wild child was not able to make that contact onto, you know, a wall to, you know, get that stun off. So it was just that little bit of knock up, and we all know the knock up duration has been nerfed, you know, in the last patch there. And ooh, Pride of Ice already popped here. I think, yeah, that is going to be the Aurora dropping, and right now the Soyu is dealing a disgusting amount of damage. I think Grok might just fall again here, but he's able to make it out alive. What happened there? It didn't seem like the Soyu was actually held for a bit of time there. I'm not sure why he stuck there for a while, and it was just 1 HP. But yeah, it's going to be Mikey there under Hayabusa falling, and it's 3-0 there. Right now it's going to be the kill count, and wow, it's a bit chaotic how the fights are going right now. Not how I expected it to be. To be honest, I feel like I expected Oasis to have a bit of an advantage in the early game, especially with that Grok, you know, providing the vision, getting to level 4 first and things like that. But I'm guessing basically just one play that didn't go entirely right could potentially cause things like that to happen, you know, in that wild chat and things like that. But yeah, definitely we can see that Oasis have identified the position in the game that they are right now, and they are just going to obviously take things slow. So second turtle is going to spawn in about 3 seconds, and I really don't even expect, you know, Oasis to go aggressive. It's not like they are behind. Taking a look at the gold lead here, you know, it's basically like, okay, maybe it's a bit there's like a 2.5k gold lead already. Beautiful reset there by Alfie, but yeah, they are just going to keep on, you know, poking and just trying to get the prio in that turtle side, and yeah, that's going to be successful zone in there. The Fuji Glacier is going to come out, but once again Levi with the beautiful retribution there is going to secure that, and he does seem like he wants to go for more. Actually takes down Eric D. Vincent on that CC. Is it a pause request? No, I think Alfie is probably just trying to recall back to get some HP as Mikey goes in and out. They're trying to hold this mid lane here. I think obviously I don't think Shinigami will be able to get this mid lane turret here, so they are probably just going to dance around and see if they can apply pressure to that blue buff. You know, right now I feel like they feel they have enough lead, and immediately Mikey is going to be gunned down there by the damage from the Vexana, not even allowing him to move, you know, with the with the terrifier that comes from that, and it seems like Shinigami really wants to take down this mid lane turret. Lucky escape there by the Matilda as they do not get the mid lane turret. However, Trevor in the top lane does sense danger and is just going to back out in the bot lane here. It seems like CC seems to be doing fine against the Fulvius here. You do need to get close, and CC does love when the heroes come close to her. Then she can hit you with that yo-yo and things like that, and she's very mobile, so it's going to be a bit difficult for the Fulvius to connect the skills onto her. But look at under the turrets here. Shane is going to find that crossbow of 10. He does seem to be in a bit of trouble here. Beautiful wall placed by Alfie, and yeah, that is going to be the shadow kill there, as Hayabusa is going to pick up that kill onto the 1-1. Was I a worried trade? Maybe not. It was the gold laner for the side of. It was the gold laner who they were able to take down in the Harith. So the jungler, which is Hayabusa, being the one to pick up that kill and trying to get another kill here. I think beautiful fast hands there, but very nice preemptive the knight there by Kun to make sure that wasn't. I feel like if the Hayabusa had his ult ready in that position, he would have gotten definitely gotten a kill there. But yeah, the turtle is up, and I don't think Hayabusa right now is just going to. I feel like this is the call that they have made. You get the turtle while we dismantle your gold lane, and now trying to retreat here. But yeah, that's unstoppable from Kami Levi, as Oasis are also going to lose that mid lane turret, but they are going to be trying to trade it out for another turret in the bot lane. Beautiful yo-yo tying both members, tying the Matilda there, and yeah, this is going to be a chase between Levi and Eric D. Vincent. Another jump, but it's going to be godlike by Levi there as he takes down CC. And yeah, you might want to question the trade, but I feel like Oasis just had to get something from there. There's not much room for them to work with right now. Shinigami are really doing a very good job at just being all over, choking the map, and even the lane that was gotten in the top might just be traded back here, as the shadow kill is going to come. A beautiful play by Mikey, and that is good recovery actually, as he's able to get something back, as that Shane on the 1-1, I guess underestimating the amount of damage that the Hayabusa can do in this moment of the game. He does have already that Hunter Strike locked in and the endless battle, so you should expect a lot of damage to be dealt to you, especially when you have been stacked marked fully. But yeah, Alfie does need to be careful here, as he tries to get into that bush. I guess in his senses that something is not right. But yeah, on the turtle side, there's going to be 3 turtles already taken down by the side of Shinigami on that bot mid and the top lane turrets, but just one taken up by Oasis. And just as they tried to do earlier, just wants to slow down the game, see if they can take trades left and right. Unfortunately, it's getting to that point. Yeah, the Lord is going to be spawning now. If the Lord is what you want to trade, obviously they are not trading, but you can see them immediately reacting to that push by the CC in the top lane, as she does end up retreating. Another shadow kill here. Beautiful flicker by Vexana, to get out of danger. The issue right now that Oasis, another one of the issues that Oasis is having is that Matilda, because even though the placement of the wall by Grok have been really on point so far, conceal play, and he does get a wall charge onto the backline, followed by the yo-yo blitz, and yeah, that's going to be 2 members tied down, 2 members taken down, Vexana and Sunfire there. That is going to be legendary by Levi, as he starts mowing down all members of the side of Oasis. Oasis one-man army. That is going to be a triple kill there for Levi as he heads for the Maniac, but it was stolen by Super Panda. I'm sure they will need to talk about that one in their group chat after this match is done. But yeah, that is going to be an unofficial Maniac there for Kami Levi under Toyu, and that was an absolutely beautiful play, and somehow they still managed to secure that Lord. That was basically a 3v5 fight, you know, even though the insane damage dealers and the zoners were taken out already. That's in the Fovius, and you know, that's Vexana. They were still somehow, just with the pressure that Soyu is able to mount, they were able to, you know, win that fight and turn it around. Now Lord is going to be going into that top player, as yeah, definitely Oasis is going to take care of that really, you know, comfortably here. But I feel like they just need to surrender all outer turrets and just protect their inhibitors right now. I feel like that's the only thing they can work with. Oasis are just going to defend right now. I feel like the defense is not the best. However, the place I guess where I feel like there might be a little bit of problem for them is their wave clear. They don't have the best wave clear. Basically, all they have is, I don't even know what they have right now, honestly. All they have, the Harriet can try to, but I feel like he would need to, you know, end up spending that Zaman Force. You need to use the Zaman Force, and if it does use it to clear waves, it does, you know, make him susceptible to get caught by, you know, by maybe the 1-1 get stacked and then use you as to activate the crossbow of Tang and things like that. But definitely right now, this Matilda is causing a lot of problems for them. You know, they can just jump out of that wall, that rock wall that we think is a problem here, and you can see the 1-1 with a beautiful jump there onto the grok. And once again, the zoning from Sunfire has actually been really good. We can see here Mikey is just going to stay in that bush, sees that there is no use, but the amount of damage, this might be a mistake by Kami Levi, but nope, it's not. Circling Eagle as Shane is able to get a kill on to Trevor there, but in return they are able to take down Sunfire once again. I'm guessing in this match Sunfire is going to be the punching bag for them, as the Lord spawns in just less than 10 seconds. Shinigami once again is going to go over to the enemy side of the map and, you know, take as much, you know, creeps as they can. They are not leaving anything for Oasis right now, as Oasis have to struggle. You know, they need to fight to secure their blue buff. Kun in a bit of, you know, in a sticky situation here. Frigid Glacier is going to be used by Yami on that Aurora. It was actually almost a beautiful white charge. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to connect it onto the wall once again. But look at the amount of damage coming from Eric as he shuts down Kami Levi a bit too deep there, and that is going to be Kami Levi falling just before the Lord. However, Eric is going to be taken out in return, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, as I think both teams are just going to dance around and try to farm and see if they can get, you know, any advantage come this, you know, Lord fight. Taking a look at the replay, this is actually the earlier while charging to that back line where Levi suddenly decided to take matters into his own hands after two of his members were taken down. You can see him there, first of all going for Eric, then immediately eliminating the Trevor and, you know, moving on to other members of the game. However, both junglers are back in the current match, and it's going to be all members up, not all spells up just yet, but yeah, all members are up. And yeah, I think it's going to be an easy Lord secured there by Shinigami. Oasis is unable to get into that Lord pit, and these are the problems that they will have to keep facing. You know, that Matilda being so annoying, providing the vision, and then the moment you think you've caught the Matilda, she just, you know, jumps out of there, and it's like all your efforts have been wasted. But yeah, this time the Hayabusa there, Mike is going to be picking up that Blade of Despair. That should be a significant power spike, you know, for him. You know, all those 1 HP escapes, we probably won't see that anymore. Levi would need to be more careful. Already Kun has picked up that Winter Truncheon. I think that will be very important come this Lord push, as they, you know, try to see if they can siege down with this again. Matilda look at the amount of damage that the Lord is dealing, and this is the problem when you don't have, that kind of front to actually clear. The high ground is really, really bad for the side of Oasis here. And yeah, basically they would just have to end up using, ooh, that was good damage actually from the Hayabusa. But yeah, another wild charge by Alfie there on that Grok is not going to connect onto anybody. Oasis are just going to try to see if they can hold their base. Once again, this Fovius causing a lot of problem. Beautiful Wind of Nature by Shane on that 1-1 in the backline as he does try, almost got taken down, but that is going to be game 1, going to the side of Shinigami. Absolutely beautiful play there by Shinigami, and yeah, that's going to be a victory. This game was really, really difficult for Oasis to play around, as long as they didn't win that mid lane bout, this would have been a game changer moment here actually, if Hayabusa was able to take out the 1-1, but the timing on that Wind of Nature was just perfect, stopping him from getting taken down there, and the rest was just history. They focused down on that turret, and that was game 1 going to Shinigami. Beautiful play from both teams. These are the statistics. Yeah, Trevor on that Harry not really having the best of times. We couldn't really see the impact. I was really thinking he probably should have gone for the Holy Crystal. The Holy Crystal is a major power spike, I feel, for most of this magic damage marksmen, the Nathan, the Harris, even the Lunox. That's just really, really important to get the ball. Yeah, he wasn't able to farm up enough to get that damage, but definitely I feel like the MVP obviously of this game is going to be Levi on that. So you taking matters into his own hands, as I said, and just running rampage over everybody. But yeah, that's going to be game 1. Immediately we're going to head on to game number 2. Do stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, thank you for staying with us, and immediately we're just going to get back and head on to game number 2 of this match between Oasis and Shinigami. Shinigami taking game 1. To be honest, they actually dominated most of the game from the first turtle to the mid game, all the way on to, you know, the ending part, actually even picking the perfect time, you know, to end the game. But basically it was a beautiful display of both macro and micro prowess from the side of Shinigami. Oasis definitely would want to fix whatever it is that was wrong in the first game as they head straight into game number 2 here. And once again, Shinigami is going to be banning out that Hilda, definitely respecting the fact that Alfie is one of the most annoying heroes, especially when it comes to you know, these very mobile, very aggressive early game roamers like the Hilda, the Khalid, and then yeah, they're just going to ban that out. I'm guessing Oasis is probably going to be looking at picking the Soyu for themselves or banning it out. Yeah, that obviously banned out. It wasn't I guess he was supposed to be handled. I think he actually did well in lane. I mean the CC did well in lane. Unfortunately, when it comes to those neutral objective, you know, fights and things like that, it's just a bit more difficult to control the Phobias. And what happened was he had more impact, you know, disturbing the back line, even dealing damage in the process. But the CC had, you know, just that one jump in, tie people down, and then after that was done, it was difficult to see where the CC could come in handy there. But yeah, Link is going to be banned out. Very, very important ban. The fact that the Soyi was not banned in the second phase means that yeah, he's going to be left open. But yeah, they are going to ban that Soyu out. Shinigami respecting how disgusting that Soyu can be. Even after the nerfs, I think the Soyu is still a bit difficult to handle, you know. But yeah, first pick for Oasis, what are they going to be prioritizing in this match? And is that prior pick what is going to, you know, at least bring them a draw in this series? And you can see there the Zhuzhin is going to be locked there for the side of Oasis. I'm guessing it was a private. It was banned out in the previous game by Shinigami, but this time it is going to be left. But I think, you know, there are so many options here. Yeah, I was going to say that Matilda definitely is going to be picked up again, and this time she's going to be comboed with the Khalid Matilda. I think the Matilda actually gave kind of more problems in that game, if you ask me, because I feel like the reason why the Grok was not as effective as it should have been was just because of that Matilda. And once again, the Mikey is going to be locking the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa didn't do too bad in the game, but it's just the same thing, the same way the Matilda affected the Grok by, you know, pulling members outside the walls that, you know, Alfie set up on that Grok. It's the same way those shields just enough for the shadow kill of the Hayabusa, which made it not 100% effective. But this time we're going to have more of CC for them to work with. You know, they already have the Soyu, they are going to they already have that Shujin, and then now they are going to double down with crowd control, locking in that Edith, which means for those dives it might not be that easy for you to, you know, fly into the back, especially seeing the fact that there's going to be the Khalid on Sunfire, and we can tell that he really loves to do a lot of zoning. And yeah, the Edith should be able to provide enough kill for them to work with. Oasis here reading into the assassin pick of Levi are going to ban out that Joy. I think the Joy, in my opinion, should have even been prioritized before the Jujin, because I've seen, you know, the Joy do a lot of bad things to that Jujin. It's just really, really difficult for the Jujin to outrun the Joy, especially with the buff, which makes the Joy, you know, basically burst you down faster with quicker, you know, intervals between the beats, and then basically faster damage, better burst and things like that. But yeah, the Joy is going to be taken down. That was a very, very good smart ban coming out from the side of Oasis. And yeah, the last ban for Shinigami is going to be the Lolita taken out, and then the 1-1 is going to be taken out also. Yeah, we might see immediately. It's very, very smart drafting here from the side of Shinigami as they take away that Brody. I'm guessing the Brody, definitely taking the Brody out. I feel like it's obviously like a denied pick. Although it's actually Yami in the mid lane, so he's not the one that is going to be playing the Brody. But however, yeah, it's still going to be taken away. Better safe than sorry. And Trevor is going to be locking in that Nathan. What is Alfie going to use to round up this draft for Oasis? Tremble before the might of Taurus, and it's going to be the Minotaur locked in by Alfie there as the last pick for the side of Shinigami. Is going to be Levi on that Julian. The Julian and Levi and the Julian have found a lot of success actually in the past tournaments before So you came in, and then just immediately shifting back to what was actually good in the meta. But yeah, Levi going back to that Julian, and yeah, we shall see how that works this time.
Till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
Alright, we're going to head straight into game number 2 between Oasis and Shinigami. Yeah, and surprisingly, it is actually, you guys see here, Khalid just taking a stroll to that blue buff, giving vision before heading to his lane to go and clear. But yeah, Mikey is going to secure that blue buff there, and we can see Levi starting from the red side as Mikey on the Hayabusa definitely is going to have a slightly better clear advantage. And yeah, in the gold lane, I feel like we should be expecting Brody to be able to play weak side, just play the winning lane there. I don't know if the Brody was buffed, so I guess I'm just have to going to check that again. Yeah, Brody is going to secure that gold crab there, but yeah, this time Alfie on another hero, not the Grog, but definitely another hero that he can use to make those plays, to make basically just set things up and make things happen. But I feel like the same issue that Oasis had in game 1 with the Grok might be the same issue that they're having here, though to be fair to Oasis, the Grok was not really connecting those wall charges onto the walls, so all we had was the knockups, and unfortunately the knockups were not as effective as they were because of the the nerf to the knockup duration. And I think it was evidence there the knockup was just not doing enough to keep them crowd controlled. But yeah, you can see here Mikey already almost puts at a half of his HP with a little clash going on in that top lane as both the mage and the EXP laner try to get that last minion to get level 4. They do end up getting level 4. Kun just a little bit behind as he does join them in that level 4 bout right now, and this is most likely going to be the first clash of the game. You can see Hayabusa there trying to come in from the backline, raging sandstorm by Khalid, and then you have the Minoan Fury, lots of knockups there coming up, and the enhanced dash there by the Julian as he tries to dodge the bob and weave from the Jujin. But yeah, that's going to be a double kill already picked up by the Julian, and that is not how you want to start the game, with giving a double kill there to the Julian. He is still going to secure the turtle. Mikey in a bit of he's able to just dash out of danger there and at least escape with his life intact. That was a very, very good start there by Shinigami, and yeah, basically that's what you want to do. You don't want to give any kind of advantage over to a team that has a Nolan, a Minotaur and a Jujin. If not, it's definitely going to come back to bite you. However, I guess we should mention that there's one thing that Oasis have in this game that they didn't have in the last. It is that late game insurance. Is that clear? The high ground definitely better for them here. They have a decent amount of clear, in the Nolan. In the Nathan. Even the Edict is going to help, especially in that Primal Wrath form. Brody here is going to be targeted, uses the flicker, and I think he does make out Mikey, making sure he got that kill with no one. Fury here, another knock up as Matilda is going to get pulled back once again, and that is going to be Oasis fighting back, making their way back into this game, making it known that this is not going to be a one-sided game, as one-sided as the first match, as they pick up 2 kills and make it a 3-4-2 trade on the scoreboard. You can see the zoning here forced from Sunfire. He does end up losing his life in the process, but the zoning was actually really good, as he was able to keep that Hayabusa out of basically out of the turtle pit, and the pause is going to be requested and given to Oasis there. Alright, we're back into the game here. Game 2 of match 2, and this time Oasis definitely doing much better than they did in game 1. An aggressive dive actually here under the turret there, even with the Minotaur, but unfortunately he doesn't have the ult, so he won't be able to do anything there. That was beautiful understanding of the limits of their heroes as they actually just full on dive, under that turret, take the turret and take a kill to go with it. So basically that's going to be the first turret going for the side of Shinigami. I really have to commend the plays coming from Shinigami. They just look so much more in order throughout the series. They just seem like they see a play, they go for the play, so decisive with their plays, the rotations and things like that. And just as I say that, you can see here as the 2-man they are going to have that Matilda there with the Brody immediately switching sides, switching lanes rather, going to that top lane there. The Circling Eagle is not going to connect, even forcing the Purify out of Super Panda there. And immediately here we are going to see Mikey just trying to see if he will get just trying to see if we could get some vision there in that mid river area. But second turtle rather of the game. Is it the second or the third? I think this is the second. Minimal Fury there by Alfie. He's not going to connect on to anyone as the Julian is going to make it out of there alive. But that was a beautiful change of direction there with the raging sandstorm, and once again it's just to zone Sunfire on that Khalid. Same thing he did in game 1 with the Fovios, doing an absolutely amazing job there. It's going to be Kun securing the turtle for them. That's going to be killing spree for Levi as Shane does secure the kill, double kill onto Yami there. And that is going to be a 3-for-0 trade as Shinigami now head onto that mid lane to see if they can get something there. This is going to be the mid lane definitely going to fall as they head from there into the blue buff, and they are going to take that blue buff also for themselves. This so far has been a very dominating display once again from the side of Shinigami. To be fair, I think Oasis did start the game very well, but the team fight, Shinigami just seems to have that more, that more sauce in the team fight with the target prioritization and basically the mobility going in and out. And I think if there's one thing we can definitely say is that in that EXP lane, definitely Sunfire is more present, just being a nuisance, all over the map. I like the zoning from the Khalid has been, I can say single-handedly, what has caused Oasis so many problems right here. And I feel like Oasis really need to attend to the Khalid, before those team fights, because literally the Khalid on that full tank build can 1v1 that Hayabusa. Basically, if the Khalid is the one zoning out Mikey, there's basically nothing he can do on the Hayabusa than to run away. And usually what happened multiple times is every time the Khalid starts zoning out the Hayabusa, he just forced to back off, and other members of Oasis are in the front line trying to see if they can zone, do the same thing, mirror the same play being done by one member. And unfortunately they are doing it onto 4 members and they end up getting caught. And you can see here once again very decisive plays from Shinigami as they just go there. They want to get that tier 2, and they are just going to get it once again as they then head on for that Lord. And I think this is going to be a very easy Lord for the side of Shinigami, while once again Sunfire is going to take care of the top lane, and the first Lord of the game is going to go to Oasis. You can see the marking there. Sunfire once again in that back line. He's not going to get a kill onto Mikey, however. Ooh, that was a beautiful turn apart memory there as Rockstar Alpha is going to fall once again, but this time beautiful combo there, flipping that Hayabusa. And that's going to be a shutdown kill there picked up. It was just 3 kills, 3-1-3, but definitely that is where you want to start from if you do need to come back from a game that you are already a bit behind. But for that trade, taking that shutdown kill, the Lord is still going to be matching in the bot lane. On fire already attending to that top lane, and I think there might be a clash here. You can see here as he single-handedly clears the wave and zones whoever is trying to come there, takes that top lane turret for himself. Once again, I think the Pride of Ice is going to be popped. The flicker and that guiding wing there is going to get him out of trouble. Frigid Glacier just to peel, just to get them out of danger. And that's, I just feel like, man, unfortunately for the side of Oasis, it just seems like the Edict seems to be stuck, unable to move. Like, fine, I get the fact that the Khalid is, has more pace and technically rotates faster, but I guess that's why if you pick the Edict, then you should have a plan on how you want to execute that gameplay. And if it's by the rotations, if it's team fights, superiority, then you need to take those things here. Edith has one of the most annoying set of chain CCs in the game, and I feel like she just needs to be utilized properly. But just as I say that, I just realized you just have to play according to the meta, and I feel like the meta right now is one in which basically those heroes that can move around the map faster are usually, look at the amount of damage that Brody is dealing there with just 3 basic attacks. The Minotaur already pulled back down to basically a quarter of his HP. He does he did have to prioritize that Flask of the Oasis just for that extra sustain for his teammates. Probably just not having the best of games so far, but I think definitely, I'm really sure that come that late game, if Shinigami are unable to end this on time and probably gets into that 18-minute mark, it is going to be definitely much more difficult for them to end. And that is just because of the amount of late game advantage that they have. You really need to respect the amount of damage that Oasis are capable of dealing. So I feel like come the late game, Shinigami will just have to find a way to play the map better than them, and I think definitely Sunfire has been doing that job rather beautifully so far. And you can see him once again being zoned out by Yami there on that Shujin. But yeah, it's going to be Shadow Kill used by Mikey there on that, but you can see him, he literally just about lost his life, and then once again he's back in the back line applying pressure there. Beautiful stun plus the Frigid Glacier there, and that is going to be a wipeout for the side of Shinigami as they clear all members of Oasis down and they head for that crystal. And I think this is going to be GG's once again. They spam recalls, taunt, and then this is basically a victory dance as they try to take this game. It is going to be the game secured by the side of Shinigami. Absolutely beautiful there by them, and that is going to be a 2-0 sweep for the side of Shinigami. You can see here just the final moments of the game as Shinigami, that wipeout, will definitely need to find a way to get that replay back. And wow, absolutely beautiful play here by the side of Shinigami as they take this victory. Beautiful gameplay. Another one-sided game. It started a bit better than the first game went, but unfortunately it didn't continue like that, as Shinigami were able to get a foothold and basically just get more of a stand in the game basically. So absolutely beautiful play for Shinigami. I do have to commend them. Oasis, yeah, definitely they are going to go back, regroup, come back harder as they always do. I definitely trust Oasis for that. They never go down without a fight. Whoever they are facing next will definitely need to be really prepared, because they are going to be coming back with vengeance in their hearts. And I guess that was going to be game 2 for today. Game 1 was 2-0 to the side of I think that was Izanagi Alpha versus Alcatel. with a clean sweep there, and another sweep here, 2-0-2-0. No more draws for us in the series. And yeah, that's going to be the end of it for today. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Please don't forget to, like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and would as usual, we love to always just see your comment, read your comments. If there's anything you want to know, you should let us know. The updated leaderboard is going to be made public to everyone, so they can see the standings of both teams at the end of this week. And I think that will be all from me, Pixels. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Good night, and do have a good one.